Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Mindy, and for the past 2.5 years, I've been traveling around North America living out of this 2003 Honda Element that I had custom built out into a little tiny camper, an overlanding off-grid rig. I am completely self-sustainable out of this little tiny camper, and it's 35 square feet, and it has everything that I need to live very comfortably and make coffee in beautiful places. I began this adventure when I was 54 years old. I sold my house in 48 hours, donated, sold, and gave away all of my things, and moved into my car. And the part that I love the most is if I don't like where I'm at or it's too cold, I can put my key in the ignition and go to somewhere warm. When the Honda Element felt too small, I would rent a tiny house, and that would feel like a mansion. After selling my house and getting rid of practically, I would say 90% of my belongings, I realized I don't need much space to live in. And some of the things that are important to me about housing and space were a full functioning kitchen and a hot shower. Other than that, I just want the nature and the outdoors. And that is exactly what I found living out of my Honda Element. I didn't hang out in cities. I went to the nature and open spaces. Having the Honda Element lifted with all-terrain tires and the little camper inside, I was able to tuck myself into these beautiful spaces and just enjoy the views. And something that happened when I was in the desert this night, I looked up and I had the answer. I found myself. I knew exactly who I was. It was in these moments of slowing down, pausing, taking a moment, thinking, reflecting, and just realizing what a badass I am for doing this at 56. Who does this? Another one of my favorite things is you can be camped in some random place, and then there's this little hidden gem like this. There's even snails in the water. Oh! And at the end of one adventure day, if you don't like the weather, your neighbors, where you are, the view, you can put your keys in your ignition and end up somewhere else. I have to say, I probably have spent about 4 or 5 months in the desert, which is somewhere that I thought that I hated. Coming from Canada, British Columbia, 8,000 feet in the mountains with trees and green and rain. But oh my gosh, I felt so free on these days, on these mornings, running for these shots to share with you, but also to have a living journal for myself, to be like, I did this. Replacing my battery earlier this year when my car was breaking down. This is the first time I've tried out this charger, so hoping for good things here. If not, hopefully, I'll just have to charge it from one of my power banks inside the car. When you love something, you know. So I bought myself a second Honda Element. This one is a 2011 Honda Element e-camper. The e-camper is put on as an addition from Ursa Minor in Portland. So now I'm rolling with this one and getting it ready for travel. but I brought it back to Oregon from Washington,
Amber.
and here it is.
Amber, how do you like it? You love it? Come on over here and say hello. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, look at you. Aha! Yeah, you're in the big tent. You're in the big tent. Oh, sweetheart.
Once this Element was kid and cat approved, I lifted it and put new wheels and tires on it. That's my signature. And after traveling for 2.5 years, I found my tiny home in Central Oregon. So I crossed the country and came back to where I started to make a home again. And I'm really happy to be here. But I love my HondaElement. Do you love your HondaElement? Do you have a HondaElement? Leave a comment below and tell me what you love about HondaElements. And where have you been in yours? Have you lived in it? Have you thought about living in it? I did it. It was amazing. I recommend it. I don't regret any second of my life on the road. And I'm not off the road forever. I'm just off the road for now. So I thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, please touch that subscription button. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, say hello, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.